Hello everybody. I thought today, on this rather cold, breezy day, we'd do some facts off the internet. Now, I do apologise beforehand. There is a bit of background noise, as you can see via all the cars going past in the background. But we'll see how it goes, shall we? Right. Did you know you burn more calories while sleeping than you would do watching TV? In 1386, a pig was put to death, accused with the death of a child. It was actually hung. Can you imagine hanging a pig? 1 out of every 5 adults believes in some form of alien or afterlife. If you believe that you are personally 1 in a million, there are still approximately 7,184 more people in the world just like you. In your average lifetime, the average person will actually eat 70 bugs and approximately 10 spiders while you are sleeping. James Buchanan, the 15th US president, continuously bought slaves out of his own money in order to free them. The world's oldest piece of chewing gum is actually over 9,000 years old. A bolt of lightning can shoot out of a volcano. Did you know a broken clock actually tells the right time twice a day? Funny fact, in a way, or a contradiction in terms, Bob Marley, one of the last things he said to his son before he died was, "Money can't buy you life." If you were 4 foot tall or just under, you could actually fit inside a hippopotamus's mouth when it's wide open. Blueberries. Blueberries aren't actually ripe until they are picked. Avocados are poisonous to birds. Chewing gum can burn 11 calories an hour. Earth Our planet Earth has travelled 5,000 miles since I have been speaking. That's 5 minutes, by the way. 10% of the world's population are left-handed. A US dollar bill can be folded approximately 4,000 times in the same place before it tears. Al Capone's business card. Now, Al Capone, the famous gangster, gunslinger, whatever you want to call him, his business card actually said Al Capone, furniture collector. Now, how is that for a contradiction in terms? Did you know honey never actually goes off? An hard-boiled egg will spin, but a soft or normal egg won't. Certain studies have shown that eating spicy foods can actually help you live longer. I don't know how they come to that theory, but we'll live and let live. Gorillas. Gorillas are a lovely animal. Very gentle, very soft, very loving, but on the same side, extremely dangerous. But did you know the word gorilla is actually derived from an old tribal word for a bunch or a group, a tribe, etc. of hairy women. They nicknamed them gorillas. So that's what gorilla means, hairy woman. Prisoners in Canadian war camps during World War II were treated so well that when the war was over, they didn't want to leave and go home. They wanted to stay. In 2006, somebody actually tried to sell an island on eBay. The island or country was actually New Zealand. And the price got up to $3,000 before eBay shut it down. In Japan, it is considered good luck if a sumo wrestler makes your baby cry. It's a strange one, that, isn't it? Make your baby cry. Apple. Apple launched a clothing line in 1986. They had great hopes for this clothing line, but it was described by all its critics as being a train wreck waiting to happen. Japan. In Japan, if you have crooked teeth, it is considered to be cute and attractive. I think I shall give that one a miss. Cockroaches. Now these deter an awful lot of people, cockroaches. And what would deter you even more is knowing that they can live for 2 weeks even after you cut their head off. This is because the brains of the cockroach are actually in its body, not its head. The only reason it dies after 2 weeks is because it starves to death. Scientists have actually tracked butterflies which have flown over 3,000 miles. 3,000 miles. This one will make you think, and I bet you start doing it. On average, every person in their lifetime breathes approximately 8,409,621 times. Now, breathing is something we all take for granted. We breathe even when we don't realise we're breathing. But I bet now you are thinking of your breathing, aren't you? Yeah, I knew. In the Czech Republic, there is a chandelier which is made totally of human bones. The population of our planet is due to rise above 10.8 billion by the year 2080. Did you know a little hamster during night time when you are fast asleep can run up to 8 miles on its little wheel? There is a waterfall in Hawaii that actually flows upwards as well as down. A Swedish woman lost her wedding ring 16 years ago. It has just turned up in her garden as she was digging up the carrots she was growing. It was actually on top of one of the carrots. If 33 million people held hands, they could stretch around the equator. Our planet is the only planet in our solar system that isn't named after a god. You were born with over 300 bones in your body. But by the time you're an adult, you only have 206. To produce 1 single pound of honey, a bee would have to pollinate 2 million flowers. 2 million flowers. Now, just like your fingerprint, everybody's tongue print is different and totally individual. A bloodhound is the only animal that to this day the bloodhound's evidence can be heard in a court of law. How on earth would you listen to evidence from a bloodhound in a court of law? A 10-gallon hat. Now, a 10-gallon hat is deceiving because it only actually holds 3/4 of a gallon of liquid. Now, out of all the words in the English language, the word set has the most definitions, The word run comes in a very close second. A jiffy. A jiffy is actually a scientific word meaning 1/100th of a second. Did you actually know that a quarter of the bones in your entire body are actually in your feet? $111,111,111 times 111,111,111 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I wonder who come up with that sum. Have any of your friends got blue eyes? The brighter the blue, the better, because if you do, don't go drinking with them, because blue-eyed people tend to have a much higher tolerance to alcohol. In other words, they'll probably sup you under the table. Sea otters. Sea otters actually hold hands while they're sleeping so that they don't drift apart. They don't float apart, I should say. The golden poisoned dart frog. Now its skin has enough toxins on one little frog to kill up to 100 people. A male ostrich can roar like a lion. A cat actually has 32 muscles in each ear. Butterflies taste their food through their feet. And flies can't eat anything direct. When a fly eats, it basically throws up a lot of stomach acid which dissolves the food and then it sucks it up through a straw. Have you ever wondered where the phrase raining cats and dogs comes from? Well, it comes from the late 17th century when many homeless cats and dogs would drown and float down the streets in heavy rain. Hence the saying, raining cats and dogs. It takes 3,000 cows to supply enough leather for the NFL just for 1 year. That's a lot of cows. A male dog. Now, the only reason a male dog lifts its leg when it's urinating is to get the scent as high as possible to give the illusion to other dogs that your dog or the male dog is really tall and intimidating. A flea. Did you know, and it's still hard to believe, a flea can jump 200 times its own height? That's the same as your average person jumping over the Empire State Building. There is actually a snake called boomslang whose venom actually causes you to bleed out of every orifice. There are 5 temples in Kyoto, Japan, which actually have blood-stained ceilings. The ceilings were made from the floorboards of a castle where warriors killed themselves fighting to the death against an old armour. And to this day you can still see the footprints in the blood on the ceilings of the 5 temples. A ball of glass will actually bounce higher than a rubber ball. In the past 20 years, scientists have found over 1,000 planets outside of our solar system. There are approximately 60,000 blood vessels in your body. If a pregnant woman has organ damage, then the baby inside will send it stem cells so it can repair itself. A tarantula can live without food for 2 years. A giraffe's tongue is that long it can actually lick its own ear. A mountain lion can actually whistle. Your bones, your thigh bones, are actually stronger than concrete. There are approximately 120,000 people right at this moment flying in planes. Under the code of Hammurabi, bartenders who water down beer are punished by execution. ATM machines were originally thought to be failures, as the only people to use them were prostitutes and gamblers who didn't want to face the cashiers. 10 facts about yourself. Number 1. You're listening to me right now. Number 2. You're realizing that this is a stupid fact. Number 4. You didn't notice then what I just skipped. Number 3. 5. You're checking this now. Number 6. You're smiling. Number 7. You're still listening to me. even though this is a stupid thing to do. Number 9. You didn't realise I just skipped number 8. Number 10. You're checking again and smiling again, realising and wondering how you fell for that a second time. Number 11. You're actually enjoying listening to me. Number 12. You didn't realise that there was only supposed to be 10 facts. Did you like that one? I hope you did. Did you know that gorillas burp when a gorilla burps, they are happy? Right, I think that is all from me at this moment. I hope you all have enjoyed listening to me and that the background noise wasn't too bad, but sometimes I do tend to find a little bit of background noise does balance it out. Anyway, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye from the Coffee Whisperer. Bye bye.